Hi, Charlotte Smith here with BladenOnline.com. Thanks for joining me. I have with me today Mr. Ray Britt, Bladen County Board of Commissioners Chairperson. Mr. Britt wanted to give an update on the coronavirus outbreak as it concerns Bladen County.
Right. Charlotte, my understanding right now, we still don't have a confirmed case. I think we still have either 4 or 6 that's pending that we're still waiting results, but that changes daily. And one of the questions that I think are frequently asked is that if someone is tested out of Bladen County, do we find that information out? And through Ms. Terry Duncan, we do get that information submitted to us. And there again, that changes daily, and this information is put out to the people in various different ways. And but our agencies work together very closely with Mr. Nathan Dallas and Ms. Duncan. They've done an extremely good job making things available to the public, and our county employees have been outstanding. All of our county employees are considered essential, whether they're working in their office to see that the county business still goes forth, or if they're working at home. And we appreciate each and every one of them working together to make sure that the Bladen County residents get what they pay for, and because we all work at the pleasure of the people that reside in our county.
Thank you. So Dr. Duncan, Terry Duncan, as you mentioned, is the Health and Human Services Director for Bladen County, and she does send us a report daily. She sends Bladen Online and other media outlets a report daily, and it has been 0 thus far for COVID-19 cases in Bladen County. Now, you mentioned the employees of the county. Can you explain the holiday? I know Sunday is Palm Sunday, and then next week we have Easter. Can you explain, are there any updates?
Friday week, as normal, that will still be our holiday for our county employees. That's not this Friday, it's Friday week, and our employees are off that particular day, yes.
On Good Friday
That's considered Good Friday, yes ma'am.
Okay. And what about the landfill hours?
Landfill hours are still being run at normal hours from what I understand, and I did talk to Mr. Martin earlier, our county manager, earlier today, and everything is still just as previous to this situation that we have going at this time.
Okay, and the county does not have a curfew in effect right now?
We do not have one at this time, and the town does not at this time.
And that is, but we do have the stay-at-home order, which advises people to stay at home unless they have to go out for
exactly
essential
right.
needs.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
And the county offices, are they open?
Some of the county offices are, the ones that necessarily has to be due to requirements during this, like our health facilities and all. There again, there's different ways that you may have to approach those. A lot of times it's good to call in and ask. For instance, the tax office, we have a vehicle on the outside that you step up to pay your county taxes. Register deeds, if you call ahead, they can address you at the door, just like the clerk's office. And there's certain things that has to go on because there is certain court events that still has to go on in a timely fashion and manner. So yes, but everything is still open, so business can go on, but in a different format during this time.
Okay. All right, thank you for letting us join you here at your business. And small businesses are affected by this outbreak. Can you tell us where to go for small business owners can go for information and advice?
My best information that I've got thus far, and it's a pleasure for me to tell you, I'm on our board of trustees at our local community college representing our commissioners. My best information has been on our BCC website. Mr. Todd Linden does a super job with our small business, and he's got some of the best information out there that's available for our small business owners, such as myself. And he'd be happy to address any issues you have and assist you. But at the same time, your small business loans, the PPP, will be directed through most local banks.
So you can go to
your loan officer.
Okay,
yes.
so you
Call
can go
your
to
local bank, and but this is still in the process. The next day or two, the little fine tuning is being worked out, and because I've conferred with my bank, And by Friday, I think they'll have things in place so they can start assisting folks. There again, you got to understand the banks are closed to the general public other than through drive-through. So you have to be communicating either by phone or email, fax, however you may. But they're in a position to assist you with this funding.
Okay. Well, thank you for that information. Before we go, where can we find the CARES Act and the bills that have been passed for this stimulus package that they're calling due to this pandemic? Where can we find that information?
The best is on the federal government's website. Some of it you can find through the state, but there again, I'm finding what I need personally for myself through our local community college.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like for the residents of Bladen County to know or to be aware of before we
I
end?
still would like for people to support your local businesses. It's a tough time for everyone. I know it's tough for such people like yourself with all the jobs you already do, having to be a school teacher as well now. It's tough times for all of us. A lot of the businesses are still considered essential. For instance, like ourselves, mattresses, bed frames, and appliances. These things are considered essential. So we're here on a somewhat skeleton situation, selling certain products within our store, trying to also protect our customers at the same time by keeping our distances. But you'll find most businesses fall under that essential category in our area. Which there again, we're all trying to be careful because we know how dangerous this situation is. Mm-hmm. And we're so blessed that we don't have any cases in our county. Yeah. We're very fortunate, and we hope we can keep it that way. I know one thing that really concerns me is we all know when we lose a loved one, when they pass, and we're getting a lot of travel coming in from the north right now. And that's a concern. My wife's from Georgia, and one of her neighboring towns have been inundated by people coming from New York to a funeral in Albany, Georgia, and they brought a tremendous amount of the virus there. So we all have to be mindful of that. And I know it's a tough time when you're talking about a funeral,
right? And
then you're talking about weddings. I mean,
the Elizabethtown Council had a meeting recently, and they were talking about funerals. There were 3 upcoming funerals that a local funeral home had scheduled this week, and there were people from out of town coming to the funeral. The governor had ordered no more than 50 gather for a funeral or graveside service, and the town has limited that to 25. But they put emphasis on social distancing, so keeping 6 feet apart, which is what you and Dr. Duncan and the mayor, Mayor Campbell, has been emphasizing is social distancing.
That's right. And I think one thing that's important, though, when you said that the state mentioned the 50 people, keep in mind also, if you listen to the governor, you're dealing with state, you're dealing with county, and you're dealing with city. The governor was adamant to point out the tougher restricted restraints from what either the city, the county, or the state, which is the greater and the toughest, is the one to adhere to.
Right.
In other words, he made it very plain that if the town's restrictions are more severe than the state's, then the legality of it is abide by the towns. And so if the town is saying 25, then 25 would be the legal number that you would love to consider. There again, that's tough because putting myself in that same situation, if I had a death, it makes it hard because you want to be there, but at the same time, we don't want to create another death,
right,
due to maybe doing something that we should have been a little more concerned about. And I say that with all due respect.
Right, right. Well, I appreciate your time and for this information, and we will list the links that you give us that you have for Bladen County residents to help them with information on this video, on the video and on bladenonline.com.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.